I have been using the iPhone 12 Pro Max for about a month now, and over the course of a month, I have found things I love, I have found things I hate, and this is the part 2 to the 2-part series of why I love and hate this phone. So you must have seen my first video so far. If you haven't, be sure to check that out. I'll have it linked up here and of course down in the description as well. Go check that out if you haven't already, where I mentioned the things I don't like about this phone. But now it's time to talk about why I love this phone, and in particular, let's start off with a big improvement Apple made, and that is they finally give us 128 gigs of base storage. It was ridiculous to me that they were charging $1,100 for the Pro Max last year and the year before, but only giving you 64 gigs of base storage. That is not enough for a $1,000 phone. That is just crazy, and I'm glad they finally put in 128 gigs without increasing the price. Another thing Apple hit out of the park are the color options for this year. So this is the Pacific Blue. There's also graphite, gold, and silver. Now silver may be the most boring, but also looks fantastic with that matte frosted black and just the silver rails. So Apple this year, honestly, there's no color that is bad. There's nothing you can go wrong with. All 4 colors look fantastic. And they just, there's something for everyone. There's the more flashy one, there's the more conservative one. It's just all great options this year, and I'm very happy about it. Number 3, I love the design. This is such an industrial, classic design. There's nothing very crazy about it, but at the same time, it just looks weirdly futuristic and retro at the same time to me. I don't know why, but it just does. I think retro because the older iPhones 4, the 5 had this flat edge design, but also futuristic because of just the way, all these phones nowadays have these weird curves and, nobody does the flat edges anymore. Every display is curved, the back is curved, the sides are, everything is this weird thing, but this is just flat. This is a brick. And that's a little bit unique, which is nice. You can't talk about why you love an iPhone without mentioning the performance. The performance on this iPhone is mind-blowing. In fact, across the entire lineup. The A14 chip coupled with the 6 gigs of RAM, honestly, blows everything out of the water. Nothing is as fast as this phone is. There hasn't been a single hiccup, a single stutter. I don't think anything will be coming up that will be able to phase this phone for the next year or so. This is just a fantastic performer. That's a big reason why I love my iPhones. Now, we can't talk about performance without discussing battery life. Now, battery life, I was a little bit skeptical with this phone, so they did reduce the battery cell size by 300 milliamp hours, so it's about 3,600 milliamp hours compared to the much larger 3,900 of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now, the 12 Pro Max also gets 5G, which is a big battery drain. So if you guys watched the other video, you know that I mentioned that the 5G drain is bad and I don't like it. But when you use 4G, the battery life is actually better than the 11 Pro Max. So I did a bunch of testing over the last month, recorded my usage almost every single day of the month, and whenever I used the LTE only mode, I was consistently getting over 9 hours of screen on time. Fantastic. With 4G, you're going to be set with battery life. As a power user too, you'll be just fine. So if you're worried about battery life, just turn off that 5G and you'll be good to go. Let's move on to the cameras. And one feature I am finally happy Apple put in is night mode on all lenses, front and back. So now you can use night mode on every single camera option. And that was missing from the last iPhone. And it was so upsetting because almost every other phone did. If they put in night mode, it was at least available on both the front and the back. If not all the sensors on the back, at least on the main one and the front as well. The 11 Pro and 11 didn't have that. They only had night mode on the main back camera. Nothing on the front, nothing on the ultra wide or telephoto. This year, that's changed. All of the cameras have it, and that's a great addition. Number 7, the telephoto camera here is fantastic. It's a jump up from the 11 Pro Max, and it is a slight upgrade compared to the 12 Pro as well. It's a bigger sensor. It's got this amazing stabilizer, and things just look great. The telephoto camera, while I haven't gotten a lot of opportunities to use it yet, with us being kind of in the stay-at-home phase in our lives, just things have not been easy, so I haven't been able to get a lot of telephoto shots. But hopefully in the future I will. Maybe in the full review you guys will be able to see a lot more of those. But the telephoto camera is definitely improved from what I can tell. On the topic of improvements, we finally have a RAW mode on the camera. So these cameras are fantastic, but they've always never been able to capture RAW. RAW gives you the option to customize and to tweak your photos a lot more. And with a great inbuilt editor in the Photos app to tweak your photos, I was just wondering why Apple didn't bring RAW yet until now. So the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max do get Pro RAW Photo, which is just raw photos with the Apple twist on naming. So you can finally control things a lot better. And the good thing with this is it also includes the smart HDR data and all that. So this is not just a plain Jane image. Apple does a little bit of work for you beforehand and then gives you a pretty good photo that you can make even better. So ProRAW is an excellent feature. And even though I knew it was missing for a while, I'm glad to have it now. Flipping things around, let's talk about this display. So I know I've said that the display is quite large and cumbersome, but the thing that does come with that large display is a great viewing screen. So this is a fantastic screen, and I find myself watching content on this more and more. I usually do watch on my phone pretty decently, but with the recent iPads and everything, I've been watching a lot more content on my iPad, but this has kind of made me redo that. Since this is so big and it's always on me, I just end up, not going for my iPad if it's not in the same room. I just watch on this, and I really don't have too many complaints. The large display, the really bright screen that goes up to 1200 nits with HDR content, fantastic to watch stuff on, and really something that you can get used to and enjoy. Continuing on with the display, the flat display with no curved glass or anything, just a flat piece of glass, is really nice for screen protectors, for cases, for accessories. I found more and more that the curved glasses were a little bit annoying, especially with screen protectors. You can never find one that goes up to the edges that fully protects your screen, but now that's changed with the flat glass, and I'm very happy about it. And also on the topic of that flat glass, there's also more durability with this phone on the whole. So we have this new ceramic shield coating that has been tested by many others on YouTube, and they've generally found very positive results. And that's good. That's reassuring because there's a better IP68 resistance rating done this year compared to the 11 Pro, which, it's just more confidence on top of what we had before. So this phone is definitely going to be durable. The flat screen just adds on to it, the ceramic shield, the better IP rating, all great stuff. So durability wise, this phone has definitely given me a lot of confidence to use in more situations that I might have previously been nervous about doing so. Finally, let's talk about MagSafe. MagSafe is this new feature that you've probably heard about by now, but if you haven't, it's a ring of magnets inside the phone which allows you to connect accessories. Right now, Apple sells you 3 types of accessories. There's cases, there's a wallet, and there is a charger. All 3 of them, they can stack on top of each other to use. And if you put a case on, I do have a MagSafe case and the MagSafe charger. I've been using them from day one, and they've been fantastic. Just having that latch on so easily without having to worry about it. I've kind of found it a little bit cooler than wireless charging too, because every time I do set down my phone on a wireless charger, I kind of fiddle with it, make sure, pay attention that charging has started, and then go about my day. With this, I just, bring it close to the charger and the magnets automatically catch onto it and it starts charging. So that's really cool. And the real thing here is that it has a lot of potential. A lot of third parties can take advantage of this system now and create more accessories, which I am very excited to see. So a huge opportunity here, and this is just going to grow. Mark my words. And finally, charging. So charging does get that new MagSafe edition, but the cool thing is that we now have 15-watt wireless charging compared to the, I believe, 7.5 that it used to be. And there's also faster wire charging. It went up from 18 to 20 watts. I tried really hard to find the official number. I heard some people reporting that they got about 23, 24 watts as well pulled, but I've tried, I think it's up to 20 watts for sure that the iPhone does support, compared to the 18 that the 11 used to do. So slightly faster charging, but overall, Apple kind of tunes the chargers in a way where it takes you about an hour and a half to get from 0 to 100, whatever phone you have. So that's pretty cool. So that wraps things up with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is a fantastic phone. I love it, and I'd love to know what you guys think about yours if you have one down in the comments below. Is there something I mentioned that you guys don't agree with, or is there something that I completely missed out? I'd love to know. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media. I'll have all the handles right here on the screen, and of course down in the description as well. Be sure to follow me over there. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out that other video where I mentioned the things I don't like about this phone. So remember, this is a 2-part video. You're watching the second part, so be sure to check out the first one as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.